Okay. Nope. Shoot. Okay, we got a little technical issue here. I think I might have to boot back up Suzerain again. But hello everybody for coming to the live stream. Let's just go to the transition thing. Today's a good day to solve our debt. I hope so. We'll have to see. Trying to boot up freaking Suzerain. Let's get the OST going so there's some music at least. Alright. What is going on here? Why is it not showing Suzerain? Look at the properties of this. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think we're working now. Maybe. Except now, like, my logo and stuff is missing instead. Yep, if it's not one thing, it's another. I don't understand what's going on here. Where is my logo? You know what? Just screw it. No face mask. No face cam today, I guess. But still, where's the tip cognac glass? Because I know the point of that is for the viewers. So if you you donate, you can see your message alert and whatnot. What is going on here? What the F is going on here? What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? Okay, that works, but and now I can't find my cursor. What is happening today? Where's my cursor? There we go. Oh no, did I lose the live stream? There we go. Alright. Okay. We accepted to work with Richter. We're preparing to visit Lesbia. Time to launch a coup on Totally Not Saddam. Does that mean we won't see Anton's face tonight? Well, I guess we're just seeing regular Anton's face. Yeah, it's not computer struggles, it's the damn OSB, because why not? It always is. Okay. Alright. So, let me just go get myself some water and another drink. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So, I'll just be 1 minute, please. Oh, goodness. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I broke a glass, so that took a second. Okay. What were we gonna do? All right, are you winning? CH. All right, minus 5%. Yeah. So we're gonna do this live. Fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Da, 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 da. Okay. I'll drink that beer in a minute. We're just gonna go fucking. We're just gonna go to the money printer, get printed, you know. All right, let's do a briefing on the current curriculums in the schools. Many statues. The largest, of course, was of Artvin Einstein, the greatest scientist of all time. Above the main entrance was the familiar inscription: Estrin sis Agnikar av Grinigna int Ola Almerg Wolten in Ola Mexis. Education is the premise of all progress in all societies, in all families. This kind of sounds like in every age, in every place, the deeds of men remain the same, except not as good. So what is this? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to not worry about the debt. We're not going to worry about the economy. We're going to put Cyril on the, we're going to put him on the money printer, and he'll get printing some money. And that's all there will be to it. Okay? Inside the building, I was greeted by Kiara's assistants. They led me to a meeting room where she was waiting inside. She stood and gripped my hand. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Kiara. I'll cut straight to the chase. Our progressive reform of the Swordland education system is well underway, but there is one sticking point. It involves evolution versus creationism. As it currently stands, schools across Swordland can decide whether to include evolution, creationism, or both in their curriculum. What is to be dumb says you're bad at money. Well, it's not like my chosen profession was banker. Ooh, that's a nice beer. It's kind of thick. It's a little viscous. Hey, we'll see what happens. We're only in chapter 2. I haven't ordered Cyril to hit the money printer yet. We're gonna do that. Look, Sangen says if we go to -7, we'll get the achievement Economic Crash. Alright, that sounds like this is an achievement run now. That's what the plan has been this whole time. Okay. Rural schools often decide in favor of creationism only, which puts students at a disadvantage when it comes to entering university. The effect is especially notable among young women. My suggestion is to make the teaching of evolution mandatory, and preferably ban creationism altogether. Let's see, I can say I don't agree with teaching our children supernatural nonsense like creationism. We can say I don't see a problem with teaching our children both theories, or evolution is the idea that ought to be banned. It is dangerous. First thing we're going to do is we're going to see if there is any sort of achievement for going for one or the other. Somebody said this is new. Oh, is this part of the new update they did recently? Because I know they added a bunch of new decisions. I'm not drunk. I'm fine. I've had a long day. I'm having one beer. And it's a light beer. It's from Germany, but it's freaking 4.8. Budweiser isn't that strong. All right. Let's see here. I am not seeing it. I think you guys will. I don't see any achievement for this, so we'll have y'all vote for it. Okay, creation versus evolution. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Please read the screen before you vote. Okay, number 1 is we're gonna teach evolution. Number 2 is we're gonna teach both. Number 3 is creationism. Okay? Okay, please read. Yes, cheers, Ian. What is to be dumb says, seduce her, then your secretary. What is to be dumb is this particular viewer who I have not seen in the live streams before. Nice to have you there. What is to be dumb? He's very reminiscent to me of the horniest man I know in real life who is still functional. But no, we are not going to be cheating on our wife. We will leave those sorts of things to Peter. Although Peter denies that it happened, and we're still not entirely sure about that lipstick thing. I really would hope Peter is better than that, but I can't say there he's shown much. Okay. So what I'm drinking tonight, for those of you who are curious, it's a German beer I've never had before. It's called Veltins Pilsner. Just water, malt, and hops. What, there's no yeast? I guess not. Peter slipped her the friend. The friend? What? Oh man. I saw that there's an achievement for attending. I guess this is sort of a spoiler, although I don't know if it's good. You tune into CHG for the NTR target. You turn in to watch me hopefully cheat on my wife. Is that what I'm hearing here? Satriel? Well, it's not gonna happen. We've had this argument before. Yeah, nothing like a good Pilsner. So refreshing. Oh yeah, the lipstick suit, I'm remembering. It looks like centrism is winning the day in the poll. I'll give it another few seconds. I think people have done voting because, you know, once again, just barely half of you guys voting. Even as though we're allegedly doing a democratic run, the chat doesn't participate in said democracy. Well, this Pilsner is a little thick, though. Like the, what's it called? The viscosity of the liquid. It's very, I don't want to say it's like maple syrup, but it definitely feels thick. By the way, I'm sorry I didn't put up a Burgundy video today. I'm going to, hopefully tomorrow morning, or... Yeah, tomorrow morning is what we're going to shoot for. I'm going to try to make a schedule and pre-schedule some stuff to be uploaded. Alright, nobody else is voting. So, we're going to go with teaching children both theories. Molasses. Maybe molasses, yeah. That would be one way to compromise, yes, but does creationism really help open the minds of our children? The way I see it, it promotes the blind acceptance of the world as it is. No facts or verification needed. Children should be encouraged to think critically and ask questions. Creationism and other religious teachings hinder that. Oh, it looks like we can get in an argument here. What about this so-called evolution theory? Why should children blindly accept that? It's the exact opposite. Evolution is a theory that was created by using observational data over the span of many years. Let's see. Satriel says, I had to assure my mom I wasn't watching a Nazi video, but an alternate history video when she walked in and you were reading TNO lore. Oh boy. Sorry, buddy. That's what you get for watching this Nazi channel. Anyway, whereas religion demands we believe in the word of one book, many scientists have worked on countless experiments. I might add that evolution is also most likely going to be proven in the future, as there is empirical evidence. How dare you defy the one true law of the universe, God, and then I whip her across the face. Anyway. Oh no! Did I accidentally lock myself into believing in God or creationism? My evidence is God. You can look anywhere in the beauty of the world. This doesn't change what I think. How dare you defy the one true law of the universe, God? Dang it. Sorry, guys. We gotta reload. I didn't know it was gonna lock me into that. Now I'm, like, completely procreationist. My bad. I just was curious what she was gonna say. Oh, this is, and I'm drinking it, and this came in a pint can. We go full religion for capitalist. Save scum. You done goofed. You see, I was goofing when I need to be Durgling the Ferd. That's how you win. Get a little Durgling on. Curiosity killed the centrist. I've noticed that there's an achievement in the on the list that's called centrist, and it just says stand for nothing. So I don't, or support nothing. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that just means we fund nothing, but we also don't inhibit anything. I'm not sure, but it's an extremely rare achievement. Only 1.6% of people have gotten it, so who knows? You know, here's maybe the one problem I have with this game is it'll stay on that loading screen forever until I click, but then if you click too early before it's actually ready to go, you then end up, it'll like, oh, Suzerain's not responding, and then it like is gonna almost crash for a second. Scopes monkey trial. Monkeys can't even use scopes. Well, we're in 1953. The Scopes trial was in the early 20s, or mid 20s. You know, if I remember correctly, Scopes said that he once said, I think it was after the trial, that he was pretty sure he never actually taught evolution, but he was accused of it. So he went, ah, fuck it, I'll be the defendant. What is going on? Load! Come on. Fuck's sake. Yeah, you see? It was already done, I guess, but not really. Okay, let's get moving here. Okay, blah 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 blah. Good afternoon, Kiara. We're gonna teach them both, then she's gonna get mad. Centrism response. Honestly, that's a valid argument. I can live with that. Yeah, and then that was the end of it. No argument now. Lucy's like, you know what? Fair play. Fair play. that little moment just reminded me of, so I've been reading the Fate visual novel, the original one. I haven't finished it. I haven't done Heaven's Feel yet, so no spoilers. But what I'm gonna say is, got the stream before it starts. Well, yes and no, Tenbray, but thank you very much, Tenbrayification for the donation. Much appreciated. You see, but this is what I was talking about. How I'm pissed that the damn OSB isn't showing my logo. It's not showing the alert box or anything for some fucking reason. So yeah, people can. Oh, now it works. Now it works. Oh. Okay, it's because I created a second one, and the second one. Oh my god. Anyway, look, it's there now. Shit. There's my face cam, guys. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So in the Fate Stay Night novel, I've gone down more than one path. So on one of the paths, I ended up, and I don't think this is a spoiler because I'm pretty sure people knew this, that I got into a romantic relationship with Saber, me being the main character. And then there was another path I took, which was more action-based and less focused on relationships. But it was really interesting because when you would go down the path where you're developing a relationship with Saber, you would just have pages and pages and pages and pages of, like, for example, like whenever you would go to practice sparring with her, it would just go on and on and on and on during that scene, and you're having a conversation, it's describing what happens. But when we were doing the action-packed version, when I was doing the action-packed version of it, it would just be it would literally be a sentence where it would just say, Saber and I spent the afternoon practicing sparring. So just like that, where when I instead picked option 2 instead of 3, where she just goes, honestly, that's a valid argument, I can live with that. We just cut out so much dialogue instantly. Political opinions are based on anime waifus. Gotta respect that. When did I say that? All I'm hearing is that Conquering History Games is trying to get in King Arthur's skirt. Hey. Saber, she is an angel, and I will not hear anything that besmirches her. So everybody's on alert right now. Don't even try it. Okay. Excuse me, some urgent business kept me away. Welcome, Mr. Galad. Mr. President. Miss Walda. Holy shit, yeah, that's a good question. He was late for once. He's never been late. Why were you late? The general staff had some concerns about the Rumberg border. I already provided you with a report. Nothing else. We were discussing the curriculum. Kiara's made some excellent points. Very well, let's hear them. Continuing from my previous point, it is my conviction that we should require the mandatory teaching of evolution in Swordlands public schools and cut creationism completely out. If we want children from rural areas to have the same opportunities as their urban counterparts, this is the way. Opening students' minds and reducing the role of religion in schools will also lead to more equality between young men and women. You know, the Irish accent I do for her, and also that I'm drinking, it reminds me, more digressions with Conquering History Games. I once watched this really long interview. It was like a half-hour long interview with Becky Lynch, who was this professional wrestler. She's on hiatus right now because she's having a kid. But she was the interviewer was asking about like her personal life when she was younger, and she was talking about struggling with alcoholism and stuff. And then at one point, and she was saying, "Yeah, I had this problem. You know, it happened in this year, and blah blah blah." And then the interviewer at one point says, "Wait a minute. So you were an alcoholic. Wait, wouldn't you have only been 13 years old?" And there's just kind of this pause, and she just goes, "I'm Irish." It's like we get our alcoholism started early. All right. Miss Walda, don't bring your pet cause into this. Mr. President, there are other considerations you may have not have thought about. Hold on, I lost my Lucian voice. Pregnant wrestlers are banned because it's a tag team match every time. You mean a handicap match, but I get what you're saying. What the fuck was I saying? What was the Lucian voice? I based it on... there we go. Although I myself believe in evolution, we must be careful not to alienate our rural conservative voter base. We owe a lot to their support. Forcing their school districts to teach evolution could irreparably damage our standing with them. Every modern nation is reducing or removing creationism in their curriculum. Yet we are supposed to allow schools to promote fundamental and, yes, sexist ideas from 1,000 years back? So, is that what we're doing now? Copying what other nations are doing instead of paving our own way? If it works, why not? Look at the analysis. It's clear that the superpowers are doing something right. Should we reinvent the wheel, Mr. God? You speak as if we don't import any influences from other countries. Hey, it's not what I said. The voices started to get louder and louder. I held up my hands for silence. Caesar, what is it? Come here. came zooming over. We can still allow creationism to be taught alongside evolution. Kiara, you said you could live with that. Centrism all the way. Yes, although I won't like it. I still believe schools are no place for religion. I won't like it either. You'll have to prepare to lose a lot of voters. Kiara looked me in the eye. It's your decision. Don't forget, future generations of Swordish youth are counting on you. Again with the God, they're like pushing it. I feel like the game is trying to pressure me into getting rid of creationism. Because it's just pushing. Like, this is like the 5th fucking time or 4th time that we've been pushed this, you know, we've been given the option. You guys voted, I'm going to respect the vote you guys did. Because remember, this campaign is reformist democracy with conquering history games characteristics, which means we listen to the voices in my head, which in this case is the chat that votes. Oh, wait, this is actually slightly different. So it looks like we can not mandate both are taught. So number 1 says we ban creationism. Number 2, this is sort of the centrist one, where we say evolution will be mandatory, but they can promote centralism, creationism. May promote creationism alongside it if they wish. And then number 3 is evolution's not mandatory, and creationism may continue to be done exclusively. So we're gonna have another vote, okay? Let's see here. Okay, creationism v. evolution. Please read screen. Okay, 1. If we're still going centrist, number 2 is pretty much the closest to centrist, but it's still taking a side because the poll is in the chat now. But it's still taking a side because we're making evolution mandatory as teaching, remember? So we'll give it a couple of minutes. So who was here for that live stream I did where I was playing a bunch of Chick Corea after he died? Anybody? I was asking because I was listening to some Chick Corea again today at work. Man, oh man, I wish I could play some now, but you know, it's gonna apparently whoever owns the rights to the music, they're actually able to not just demonetize the video, but actually block the video in certain countries, unfortunately. Oh, hey, Jeebus Christ. Feels like it's been ages since I've seen you. How are you doing? Yeah. So I was listening to Spanish Heart and just was... God, that album is so great. I think I first heard that album... might have been at over 10 years ago. It's still amazing, still incredible. I was listening to El Bozo Part 3 especially. I kept looping that one. It's just kind of like a relatively simple melody line, but the way he evolves it, it's just so good. I guess I should say evolved it. You know, he's dead now. You busy with college, Jeebus? Alright, let's check the polling. Let's see, I ranted about... Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming, 100% of the vote. I will make the teaching of evolution oh, I jinxed it. A couple votes just came in for 1, but it's a blowout. I will make the teaching of evolution mandatory, but schools may promote creationism alongside it if they wish. Yeah, El Paso. Yeah, it's because El Paso culture is just bullshit. There's a lot of good stuff there for creating great El Paso culture, but it's just bullshit. People, you know, like the El Paso strong thing is a bunch of crap. I don't know if I've ever ranted about that. My short answer is that if you ask me, anytime somebody's funeral is happening because they died, because they got a ticket to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, they should take these fucking at every funeral, you know how like at funerals they'll put roses or crucifixes or things on top of the casket and then they bury it. They need to fucking put a fucking El Paso Strong bumper sticker on the casket and bury that with them too. Anyway. I will make the teaching of evolution mandatory. Schools may promote creationism alongside it if they wish. Unfortunate, but we'll have a better outcome than banning creationism altogether. I disagree. Rejecting creationism would have been a signal that we were redirecting Swordland towards a scientifically and technologically advanced future. They turned and looked at each other. Lucian lifted his eyebrow, and Kiara held his gaze for a couple seconds.
The sexual tension was palpable.
The meeting ended shortly after. Holy crap! Wait a minute, I just noticed something in the other monitor. Wait. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my goodness. I just found out that, another YouTuber I thought was dead has actually still been around. I guess I just didn't see that he was doing stuff. Wow. Oh my goodness, he's been putting out a lot of stuff. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on. The meeting ended shortly after. Okay, what's next? No, didn't we have another event? Oh man, we got a bunch of news. What's going on here? We're making mandatory evolution a thing. Okay, bunch of news. Turn the page. What's the news today? Reign's curriculum forces schools to evolve slightly. Privatization, the future of Swordland. So Swordland today is advocating for the privatization of mining and the state corporation. Creation or evolution. Reign says both. Whole Sword says nationalize the big four now. Which one's Heart of Swordland? It's all industries. They got a monopoly in industry. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to decide whether to privatize or not here. But we've been planning for this. I think we're gonna sell off at least the mining company, and that's gonna hopefully balance our budget. Let's see here. Economic report from Volgland, suffering from the recession. Unemployment is spiking. What's going on over here in Dyer? Various programs for new countries and technology fairs. Overall entrepreneurship has revitalized the economy. Okay, so these guys are being hurt by the recession. Dyer's doing better overall, though. Wait, there's another thing down here. What is this crap? Wallen operations are a mixed success. Despite Welland's best efforts, not all hideouts have been eradicated. Anti-Smolak sentiment is an all-time high among the remaining insurgents. Yeah, well, you know, when you try to genocide a people, you might as well finish the job. Otherwise, yeah, they're going to be pissed, and then they're going to come after you. Okay, the Lauren economy is stabilizing. The Agland economy is stabilizing. And yet, we've still got the 2 red bars over here. Shit. Okay, anti-corruption police, excellent, have completed preliminary investigations against suspected members of the Old Guard, including Orso Hawker, this is the one we want to get, Heron Garci, it would be nice getting him too, Lilius Graf. Oh wait, there's no proof of corruption or other wrongdoing. Oh, okay, I was going, she's in my cabinet and corrupt, oh no. And Vulcan Kruger, but nothing's been found. Damn, I hope they at least fucking find something on Hawker. Gotta get his ass. Language premiere is being prepared by Kazaro. Oh, Kazaro, what are you doing now? He's preparing a bill with James to unify Swordfish education by making Swordfish the only language accepted in educational institutions, excluding specific foreign language studies. Every 20% we privatize on the corporations means budget. Keep that in mind when you privatize. Well, we'll have 4 to work with. Alright, a call from Gus Manger. What's going on? The phone rang and I picked it up. Mr. President? Yes, what is it? Mr. Manger is on the line, sir. He said it's about an investment. Very well. As you wish. A momentary crackling noise indicated the line change. It's the president speaking. Mr. President, I'm calling about what we discussed at the party. Maybe I should give this guy the Littlefinger voice from a Game of Thrones, you know, Mr. President, I'm calling about what we discussed at the party. They got a quick yes from San Gins. You know, it's like, technology's a latter. You know, just kind of, I have a very roaming accent. No, you can't pinpoint it. Just like you can't pinpoint my motives. I'm honestly very glad we have decided to attend to Mr. Vice President's little gathering. A very enjoyable party turned out to be even more enjoyable with actual results out of it. What? What is he talking about? Yeah, Tanbray, I completely agree. I'm getting very nervous about Manger. I feel like he's up to something, or not, or like I feel like he's keeping it quiet from me, but he's doing something that's gonna fuck me up. All right, what are the results? What is he talking about? Well then, I'm very happy to inform you that your investment to procure the vineyard in Ilori has been accepted by the current resident. You are now the owner of a lovely vineyard, a beautiful villa, and a sizable land. As I mentioned before, there might be some costs related to refurbishing the winemaking equipment. However, the facilities are there. I will have the deed and the keys sent to you immediately. Congratulations are in order, Mr. President. Thank you. My pleasure. Now, Harrenhal, is that back on the table? You know, I'm looking forward to more successful ventures we might do together in the future. Thank you for your time. Thanks again. Anytime, I will be in contact. Have a good evening, Mr. President. The line dropped. You know, there's a line, that Littlefinger, aka Peter, has in the what is Peter's family name now that I think about it? Because his family's from Bravos, and he does technically own land. I don't remember what Peter's house name is. It's an extremely tiny piece of land that he starts with, but he. Baelish, that was it. Yeah, I'd blanked out. I haven't read the books in a little bit, or at least not the mainstream stuff. I do go back through Fire and Blood pretty frequently though. Yeah, House Baelish. Anyway, there's a line in the books where he's talking about his personal investments, and he invests in brothels, which I think they did go into. Yeah, they talked about that in the show. But in the book, he says, "Oh, I don't like to invest in trading ships. It's too risky. Ships sink, you know, there could be storms and stuff, but brothels are always worth money. And when you own brothels instead of trading ships, when pirates show up, your profits only go up." Let's see. Tarrant Q says, I just watched your recent Aegon series before the stream. Yeah, that was a nice little quick series. Just helped me throw the rust off my CK2 playing. So we made a little bit of personal wealth back. The administration can start a lobbying effort to sway votes. Chief strategist Lucien Galade has prepared a well-planned lobbying effort in the parliament, which would specifically sway on-the-fence MPs for the upcoming constitution vote. The plan includes lavish parties, gifts, and even some political favors. Should we go ahead with the plan? Nope. You've talked more with your Minister of Agriculture about corruption than about agriculture. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, no corruption. We're not bribing anybody. Absolutely not. All right, next turn. I think that we've got it locked down, guys. Hey! Chapter 3! We did it, everybody. They said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done. They said it shouldn't be done. And yet, here we are. Hold on, let's play some... Let's play some party music to celebrate. We're gonna change it up, and we'll do it at a fast speed to avoid copyright issues. Wait, here we go. Here we go. We'll go 1.5 speed. She messes with my herbs. And planets or galaxies, the distance just makes it worse. This probably sounds rehearsed. So let's give it up for the new chapter. Did this party of two have you slightly confused? Now that our things are divided, she refuses to speak and I'm drifting asleep at the wheel. This is actually a horrible song. No, this is gonna end up with us breaking up with Monica. Let's try a different one. Let's see. Let's instead do some "This Will Be Our Year" by the Zombies. Very short song. Hold on. Make sure the speed's up. New chapter, people. New year. Presumably. The warmth of your love's like the warmth of the sun. And this will be our year. It's a long time to come. Don't let go of my hand now. This will be our year. It's a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. And we've only just begun. This will be our year. It took a long time to come. Oh yeah. The warmth of your smile, smile for me, little one. This will be our year, it took a long time to come. You don't have to worry, all your worried days are gone. And this will be our year, it took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there, and we've only just begun. This will be our year, it took a long time to come. And this will be our year. Took a long time to come. Oh yeah, party hardy. But let's get back to the game. CHG, please, the economy is crashing. Oh man. Walka Fian says, good luck in the assembly. Coming to the stream was worth it. Just the fact that I learned you were a Saber simp. That is very degrading. All right. Let's read. Okay. You know, we'll go back to, you know, turn the page. What's the news today? People getting fired, walking on the wire, looting on the street because the kids gotta eat. Oh no! Turn around and look through the. I'm sorry. Okay, so the Bloods, yeah, they're still being oppressed. Volgish man shot after burning an Agnolian flag. Where did this happen? This was in Helgeport. Oh boy, this is getting really bad in a hurry. That railway is still stuck, but the seaport's getting worked on, I guess. BFF recruitment. Yeah, this is the in-game OST. Are we finally doing the vote? Is that what's going to kick off Chapter 3? A call from Marcel Koronti. This guy. You think education updated? Excuse me. Yeah, everything's pretty good. That's great. The meeting was going to be about the ownership of the Big Four, the four largest companies in Swordland. Heart of Swordland, Bergia Steel, the Swordfish State Corporation, and the Dam Mining Group. Some of these companies were controlled and partnered entirely by the state. The others were mostly or completely privatized. I had the power to change that. The phone rang and I put the agenda down. Oh, the one that's going to play for it? Yeah, I guess, when we get there. Greetings, Mr. President. My name is Marcel Koronti, CEO of Heart of Swordland Enterprises. Unfortunately, we haven't had the... let's see, I don't know, let's kind of maybe try to go for a Hugh Grant thing. We'll try that. Let's see here. Marcel Koronti. Hugh Grant. Okay, unfortunately, we haven't had the pleasure to chat yet. My attempts to reach you seem to have failed every time, as if I was being avoided. Yet we are here talking. Indeed. My father once told me, may he rest in peace, he told me that if I don't seize an opportunity when it's presented, the opportunity could disappear forever. And that's how I've chosen to live my life. Unlike you, it seems. But past is past, and we must look to... What the fuck was that? What does that mean, bitch? I'm fucking president. You telling me I don't seize opportunities? Kiss my ass, bitch. And, by the way, tell your friend Tusk to have his mom quit calling me. But past is past, and we must look at the future. Specifically, a very short-term future. I'm talking about the upcoming ownership meeting. I can't help but mention your tax hike, Mr. President. The increased taxes have made a substantial dent in HOS's net profits. This has hurt the backbone of the Swordfish economy. But I assure you, it's nothing we can't endure. We had to tighten our belts wherever we could. That way of thinking is correct, but you acted wrongly. This will only serve to damage our economy in the long run. He paused for a few seconds. After goodwill, I will share a key piece of information. Sam Gantz, calm down. Don't call other people in the chat names. The Lothar Group has contingency plans if you decide to do anything brash that would disrupt their empires. You can't blame them, can you? Imagine someone trying to take your authority and personal wealth away without your consent. Taxation is theft, after all. And, I don't like thieves. He pulls out a gun and shoots me in the head. Let's see here. We'll only ask for a reasonable share, nothing out of the ordinary. That's good to hear. If everyone plays their cards right, it'll all be fine. Now, let's talk about those cards. Since the start of your campaign, you've wisely committed to a market economy. Judging by that, I'm sure you're looking into privatizing some of the companies that are currently state-owned. I believe, therefore, that privatizing both Nedham Mining Group and the Swordfish State Corporation would be in both of our interests. After all, I'm considering buying stocks in both companies. It's what we were thinking anyway, if we're being honest. Excellent. Great minds do think alike. Thank you for your support. Before we end the call, there's actually one more thing I would like to discuss. I will be blunt. Mr. Tusk is unfitting to be the spokesperson for the Lothar Group. His archaic thinking has only preserved a status quo that benefits himself and precious few others. It's high time something changed. You see, now you got my attention, Marcel. Now I'm listening. I see where this is going. I want him gone. It's time the group had a proper leader. Me. Here's what I propose. A win-win situation. If you promise me a majority of shares from the privatization, he would lose considerable power, which means I could take over. If I take over with your help, I'll be forever indebted to you and support you in all your goals. Be they re-election or something more. How does that sound? I don't know about actively helping him that way, but on the other hand, fuck Tusk. We're gonna put this to a vote. I'm too emotionally involved. We need to let the voices in my head take over here. Okay, Marcel and Tusk question. You know what, Sangens brings up an excellent point. The way it says, it sounds profitable to me. It's corruption. Yeah, never mind. We're not going to vote on this. Never mind. I'm going to say I won't make myself a target by picking a side, because it's the more centrist one. It's not illegal, it's dishonorable, but not against laws. Well, let's be safe. You and me, we will be unstoppable. We can eliminate everyone who's after us. Just think about it, that's all I'm asking. Well then, I've taken up enough of your time today. This has been a productive call. Thank you for your time, Mr. President. Goodbye, Mr. Koronti. Alright. What now? Requested meeting of Lucian Gallade. Why does our chief of staff want to meet with us? What's going on here? Morning, Mr. President. Are you getting enough sleep? I'm trying to, sir. Don't push yourself too much. I will try not to. I must say, you don't look much better. I looked at myself in a small hand mirror. Similar circles were beneath my eyes as well. Oh my gosh, now I'm wondering how I must look right now. Been so busy all week. I booked some of your time to pre-plan for today's meeting at the Ministry of the Economy. We need to be cautious. Any grand plans about the economy also heavily influence our political standings. We would be changing our relationship with the old guard, the oligarchs, and the opposition. As you know, this meeting will give you the opportunity to alter the ownership of the Big Four, the largest corporations in all of Swordland. We can start the process of nationalization or privatization, or we could just keep the status quo. Again, I remind you that any change will tip an already fragile balance. I personally think we should stay out of this and keep things as they are. There's no need to make new political enemies at this stage in our term. But ultimately, the decision is yours. What are you leaning towards? How should we move forward? We gotta privatize. I have to ask why. What is your intention? Privatization will help bring the country out of recession. That may certainly be true, but taking everything out of state hands may have dire repercussions in a country like ours. We need to tread carefully. One thing to remember is that since you've been transparent about promoting a market economy, privatization will not cost us much support. What the fuck was that? Lucian took a note in his notebook. I received a report from the Ministry of Economy that may impact your decision. Unfortunately, we've missed our government budget targets for the current quarter. The plan to change the ownership of important assets should help us generate much needed resources to further improve economic development before the next election. It's just something to consider. As is our relation with the oligarchs, we need to remember that they only care about their own profits. Unfortunately, we aren't on good terms with them. The situation has been obstructing some of our efforts with economic recovery. However, if we implement a privatization plan, they would surely be delighted. Still, we need to make sure that we don't go overboard with it. If we do, we might lose our base, both in the USP and among the people. You don't say. If we privatize only a part of their companies, perhaps we can get out of this unscratched. That would certainly be a wise compromise. Some of my connections indicate that there seems to be a contest for leadership in the Lotharberg group. Looks like Marcel Koronti is making moves to become the key figure. Koronti probably wants his father's seat at the head of the group, and Tusk doesn't want to let go of it. It's a significant power struggle considering these are the heads of Swordland's two largest private corporations. If we over-privatize our state-owned companies, the Swordish State Corporation and Nedham Mining Group, it could result in the balance tipping to one side. They would fight over buying up shares and cause chaos. Since you have already made the decision to privatize, you need to be decisive in your follow-up actions. Did Marcel or Tusk contact you? I received a call from Marcel. Keeping a minority share of the SSC would kill conservative support. So we need to try to maintain a majority. Well, we're going to have 4 companies to choose from, right? And every 20% that we sell is going to give us 1 budget. That's what I'm understanding. So we could sell, in theory, up to 40% of each of them. That would give us 8 budget. That gets us more than into the green. What did he ask for? He wanted to make a deal to leave HOS untouched. I don't think that's what the deal was. I don't... I'm gonna say I stopped him before he could say anything. I don't think any of these are correct. What? Of the big 4, 2 are already compromised. Oh, shit. Damn. And then? Don't worry, I have it all under control. Alright, sir, I trust you'll make the best decision. Was that all that he wanted? He also wanted me to give him the shares from privatization to lower Tusk's influence. As I expected, this internal conflict among the oligarchs puts us in an interesting position. Our relationship with Walter Tusk hasn't been good so far. Any move we make now has to be calculated and thought through. Lucien looked at his watch. Very well then, it's almost time. I'll inform Mr. Hull of your choice and he will make the necessary preparations to formulate a plan. I must get back to work now. See you at the next meeting. Thank you for your time, sir. Tensions keep rising in the Marquis Sea. Oh boy. There's a huge fleet getting out that way. Corruption has been tackled. The illegal behavior has been largely reduced. Okay, that's good. What's going on up here? Yeah, Volksland Navy is active in the Marquis Sea. Oh no. We've got illegal crossings rising at the Welland border, but we're getting a lot of skilled and educated workers that we're accepting. That's good. Alright, what's the new thing? Time for the ownership changes. As soon as I entered, the chatter stopped and they stood up. After a few pleasantries, everyone but Simon took their seats. He opened his briefcase, produced a folder, and proceeded to go over some of the documents. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Ministry of Economy. Without further ado, we are, of course, here today to discuss our economic shift towards privatization. Mikhail and Edith exchanged smiles. Mr. President, before you arrived, Mikhail and Edith were expecting their delight at your decision to go down this path. Wonderful news, I'd say. I'm glad we're staying firmly on the path to a market economy. This was certainly the right decision. It will boost our economy, put more money in circulation, and give the government much-needed funds. It's a win-win situation for sure. Don't worry about exploring conversation paths here. The actual decisions after the meeting. Yep, the Justice Ministry is also doing a good job. You're only saying this because you will have a stake in it. Of course not. I'm saying this because all along I knew you would make the right choice for Swordland. It's because I trusted you. Simon handed me and everyone else in the room 2 neat stacks of documents. Let's move on to how we can go about implementing a privatization plan. Please turn to page 6. Turn to page 6. Come on now, let's go. Let's see. Okay, if this is just exposition, let's get moving along here. So the state corporation is in charge of construction projects. They've done a lot of government buildings. If we privatize it, it would certainly increase the government budget. It would, of course, result in lots of opportunities for us to provide for our citizens. The funds could also be used to boost our popularity, especially with the elections approaching. Not to mention the various other areas in which we can and should spend money. However, there is one catch. The conservative majority of the USP would not... Okay, yeah, so the conservatives are not going to like them. If we privatize them entirely, there was going to be consequences in the assembly. What would be the effects if we fully privatize? We would gain tremendous amounts of money for the government. We can invest that money in future government projects. The popularity will not make up for losing... It might not make up for losing the conservative vote. I'm against full privatization. So what if we sell a minority share? It would be better than nothing. But why stop there? A minority stake won't help our government as much. We need to be decisive. And if we sold a majority share, that is certainly a very good option. The state would keep some of SCC's operations under control, and the government would have lots of gains. I'm leaning towards this option myself, retaining control while increasing our budget. I don't see a downside. Okay, next option. Turn to page 26. Turn to page 26. Just having some silliness. Okay, so the mining group. They're big into coal. I have contacts in NetM. It's one of the most valuable corporations. Okay, so same thing. I'm guessing this is going to say the same thing, right, as before. Yeah. Yeah, it's all the same. Okay, let's make the decision. Read them all. We went to the last page. Boom! Here we go. So, this is it. Time to lock ourselves in. Let's see here. Yeah, I think the minority share is the way to go. Even if it doesn't get us completely out of debt. We've got the railway coming up. We've got the port coming up. We've got trade. We're still going to make a trade deal with either Vogsland or Lesbia, I think. Let's see. Can we do a 50-50? Majority? No. It's either fully majority, minority, or full privatization. So, the companies listed below represent the 2 largest state corporations which play a key role in several strategic industries. You can privatize them by selling a minority stake, a majority stake, or selling them entirely to private interests. The SSC is a state corporation which stands as the largest construction company in Swordland. The main business units of the group are planning and design, project development, equipment leasing, trade, and construction. The NetM Mining is the largest state-owned mining corporation in all of Eastern Maricopa. Its main task is to explore and harness mineral wealth of the region and make valuable addition. The company primarily extracts coal, gold, and diamonds. So we can get 3 if we went majority and minority. Something like this. But if we just... But you see, now I'm worried about the conservatives. So if we went majority... But we've kind of been depending on this a fair amount. You said majority twice, Sengens. If we privatize the Solar State Corporation, would they change their name? That's a good point. I think we're gonna go minority state ownership in the mining group. We kind of want to wash our hands of it a little bit, I think, after that embarrassing incident where the miners died earlier in the campaign. And I was going to, look at these stupid mining companies. Oh shit, that was our mining company. But I think, yeah, I think that's the plan. And we'll just keep a little bit of it, but I don't think that we have to personally oversee this mining group so much, especially because we passed the workers' rights. I would completely sell it off if I wasn't afraid that the conservatives would get totally pissed with us. Yeah, the mining explosion. What does majority control get us over privatized? Because if it goes full privatized, it's going to piss off the conservatives. Hey there, Cody. So in theory, this is going to give us 3 budget, I think, right? I think this is what we're going to go with here. Yeah. Yeah, because like the Storage State Corporation is the one that makes government buildings, so the government should run it. Alright. Let's go for it. You're about to make changes to the ownership of prominent companies in Sordland. Are you sure about your decisions? Yes. So, this is the path we are taking. I want to thank you, Mr. President. This decision will revitalize our economy. Although I wish we could have proceeded with privatization at a greater capacity, it's a start. Certainly a step in the right direction. Partial privatization will deal damage to our conservative voter base, but it's nothing we can't handle. I suspect that regardless, we will lose the support of some conservatives in the assembly. See, guys, that was true centrism. We took the middle route, except there was no true middle route, so we went slightly one way in the middle on one and slightly in the middle the other way for the other. True centrism. The fact that you can't do 50-50 is kind of dumb. No, I actually think it's a good mechanic. It really makes you, it twists the knife in your ribs when you got to choose the decision. Time to finish the beer. Cheers, everybody. That was not a bad Pilsner at all. Goodness, I was drinking it for an hour. This might sound weird, but I feel like that's the hallmark of a good beer is when I drink it slowly. Because I'm going, sip it, flavors evolving, aftertaste that's enjoyable. It was a little weird how thick it was, but I would drink this again. Alright, but that's it, just the one drink for the night. I think I'm going to sleep all right tonight. Did I tell you all that last night I was up with that yikes moment from yesterday at work? It just I don't even want to say what I did, but it was super embarrassing. But you know, I went all day today and nobody brought it up, so I don't think anybody noticed what I did, or nobody figured it out or whatever. But or if they did, nobody brought it up. But I literally was having trouble sleeping last night because I was of that embarrassing moment. But I'll sleep fine tonight. Okay, the gains we receive will offset the losses. Make sure those gains happen. Okay, that'll be it for today then. I know everyone has very busy schedules. Thank you all for coming. I want to see the results as soon as possible. Had my fly down the entire day. Oh gosh. No, that wouldn't be embarrassing. That'd be bragging. Alright, of course, as fast as we can. I put the documents in my suitcase and left the room with Lucian. Okay. Let's see, imagine this game, maybe like a sequel where you can play as Sordland, but you play as other countries. That would be interesting, but I kind of feel like you'd lose something if you were playing as other countries, because either you'd be locked into your chosen path, or you could change your internal ideology, in which case it virtually might as well be the same. Let's see here. Creative Nickname says, you know, I have no idea whether the assembly vote will pass or not. I never did a game quite like CHG's. That makes it more exciting. Yeah, I definitely think this game has growth potential, but even as it is, it's great. Let's see. Oh, first, results of the economic direction. Let's look at that. Wait, we only got 2 budget. What the fuck? Oh, look at this pair. Look at who's here, huh? The privatization process had begun. As I had expected, Swordland's 2 most prominent oligarchs wanted to speak to me about it. Lucien showed Marcel Koronti and Walter Tusk into the conference room. The 2 men sat across the table from me, leaving an empty chair in between them. Good to see you, Mr. President. It's been a while. Here, take this, a gift. He brought out a bottle of Erlery Maroon, 30-year-old. I heard Peter say that you favor this one. Is this the one that we had at that restaurant? I was just like, it's just wine. No, oh, I like this. No matter how you bribe me, you won't get what you were here for. Marcel burst out laughing. Old man, you always think so small. You lack the vision to see the bigger picture. Marcel approached me and we shook hands. It's nice to see you, Mr. President. Here, a real gift. He took a set of car keys from his pocket and gave them to me. Come, take a look. I looked out the window. On the road leading to the palace, I saw a glittering, brand-new Randorfini sports car. A car that only the richest of the richest in Swordland can afford. It's yours. God damn! Okay, we're gonna say no to this, of course, but what the fuck? Like, damn, Marcel swinging that old money around, just like, oh, you're trying to bribe him with a bottle of wine? It's like you're a little baby. Here's how you do it. Yeah, they're so blatant. My chief of staff is in the room. There's a witness. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Huh. Whew. Oh my god. Anyway, I can't accept a luxury car while the people of Swordland go hungry. Accept it, it's an achievement. Are you serious? I'm not going to, but let me look into this. Isn't there an achievement for taking like 4 bribes over the course of the game or something? But there's a car achievement? Where? I'm looking for it right now. I found something where you make a certain deal with Marcel, but I think we passed that ages ago. That was like in chapter 1. Oh, donations, accept a bribe to get the achievement. No. They're blatant because they bribed the courts. Oh yeah, I'm sure that the Supreme Court is getting their money as well. How do you think? What do you think is paying for Hawker's like weird private investigator photographers he's sending all over the world? Okay, I don't see anything specifically for the car, but I know there's an achievement for accepting a bribe. We're gonna save that for another playthrough sometime. Yeah, right. I should just like hit my my speakerphone button and get a hold of my secretary and say, "Excuse me, could you get Nia in here and tell her to bring the police?" So anyway, I can't accept a luxury car while the people of Swordland go hungry. Marcel shrugged. Suit yourself. Little boy. Key no in big letters into the car. You think I can't do better? Me, Walter Tusk? Whatever you want, bribery won't work. This is absolutely no bribe, Mr. President. It's a simple gift, that's all. Really, a simple gift. Yeah, finally, Lucien. Talk some sense into these people before we call the anti-corruption police. I bet this has nothing to do with the private privatizations. Anyway, gentlemen, please take your seats. They said Lucian, even he's kind of taking it in stride. Like, okay, if the bribery hour, the bribery fun show variety hour is done, can we maybe get down to some fucking business? So, Mr. Tusk and Koronti, President Rain is about to sell private shares in Sortland's two largest national corporations, and now you're here, showering him with gifts. You're both clearly more skilled at business than you are at subterfuge. So, tell us, why do you deserve to claim these shares before they go on the general market? Walter cleared his throat.
President, listen. You and I, haven't been on the best of terms lately. But I want to nurture a profitable relationship between us where we both win. These shares are very important to me. If I had them, I could do so much more for Swordland. So much more for you. You haven't even seen what my connections are capable of. Do you want to get reelected? No problem. I will make sure of it. This is my offer to you. I will do whatever it takes to make you president for another term. Doesn't that sound great?
If I win, you're going to say, yeah, I'm just going to say, no, it doesn't. Before you spew those big words, make sure you can actually do it, Walter. Mr. President, first off, Mr. Tusk here is lying about the extent of his influence. Why can't we sell the shares of the public offering? Yeah, exactly, Ian. I thought that was the fucking point. True, he might have command over some people in the Assembly. But what he is sitting on top of right now was built by my father, Conrad Koronti. I want to be straightforward with you. If you give me the shares, I will topple this old man, which means I will have the same influence he does over the Assembly. I can sway them as you like, but that is not all, Mr. President. Don't forget that I have something that gives me an edge over this man and his archaic ways. I feel like I gotta get a little closer to the mic for this.
Don't forget that I have something that gives me an edge over this man and his archaic ways. A powerful tool. Control over the media. I can give you power over both the Assembly and the Swordlish public.
Let me know how this is sounding.
Basically, a guaranteed win. He could never, ever hope to beat this offer.
You little snake! You are 20 years early to be the head of the Lothenberg Group. I made the group what it is. I am the group.
And then Koronti's just going, your overconfidence is your weakness.
Your faith in your money is yours.
Perhaps, but Marcel has a point. What's the decision, Mr. President?
Yeah, what's it gonna be?
Marcel leaned forward with anticipation. Okay, so the shares can go to Marcel, which will create insider trading. The shares will go to Walter, which is insider trading plus 1 personal wealth, so that means he's bribing me, I take it. The shares will be equally distributed between the two of you, insider trading. Or we could do, I'm sick of these shenanigans, you'll have to squabble over the shares when they enter the market just like everyone else. So it is an option! Why are we meeting with these assholes? Fuck off! We're doing 4. We're doing 4. It's like, I don't even want to hear it, guys. It would just, no vote, nothing. As much, yeah. Because I would love to screw over Tusk. But insider trading, I don't think so. Not to mention the anti-corruption police. Yeah, are they conscious that they are bribing you in front of Lucian? Apparently not. They're treating him like he's a fucking window dressing or something. Yeah, if you guys are so rich, you could pay for things. You could buy stuff.
What? What? Haven't you heard a word of what I said?
Yeah, can't you see how good of a deal I'm offering here?
What's going on? I believe the President has already told you his decision, Mr. Tusk, Mr. Koronti. We are terribly busy today. I would like to wish you a good day as well. I hope you know where the door is. If you don't, you can ask a security guard to show you out.
This is not the end, Mr. President.
What are you gonna do? Try to assassinate me, bitch? I got Sergei. Anyway.
You will hear from us again.
The two men packed their belongings and left the meeting room. Codex entry has been updated for the Swordfish State Corporation. And it also has been added, because I guess it wasn't there before. I always am getting the journal and the Codex one is mixed up. Okay, corporations. Recent years, the efficiency seemed to have dropped. It's considered the safest bet. Oh, here we go. It has been renamed Son of Swordland Corporation after it was privatized by President Rain. So it's still SSC. Yeah, we're not corporatists, we're free marketists. If the free market works, then you can get your fat asses over to the free market and buy it like everybody else. Let's see, the Nedlim Mining Group. Nationalized in 93, later privatized, generates high profit margins for the Swordfish State. Okay, turn the page. What's the news today? Nice. This is the mafia stuff. Earlier this week, the police launched raids on shops and warehouses in Arvery City and Estord City. Their operations are reported to confiscate more than 2,000 illegal firearms and drugs. The captain of the police force in charge of these raids has released a statement saying the shops are from the two notorious crime families, the Skinner and the Cornelli families. These operations were only possible due to the law enforcement budget increase. It has allowed us to launch investigations of the local police, purging the corrupted ones and getting information about their networks. Oh no, this is the Ministry of the Interior. Oh, so now she likes me. Law and order will soon come back. Yeah, this was Lilius who said this. So it's, these operations were only possible due to the law enforcement budget increase. See, she got over it. Can you say pee, pee, poo, poo before I go to sleep? Clap emoji, monkey emoji. So anyway, economists reign determined to end the recession. There's a definite step. Yeah, privatization is the solution. He's proven he will fix the errors of his predecessors. She likes you now that the anti-corruption police are looking into her. Okay, what's next? There was something else that was going to happen, right? Read the report from Whole Sword. We still have above 50% approval rating. So we haven't gone down. Sign or veto the Unified Education Language Act. Oh yeah, this is Kazaro's thing. The UELA passes the following into law. Section 1 enforces that the education, and remember this is I keep clicking journal whenever I want to click codex. Hold on, let's see here. We have the NFP. So this is another one of Kazaro's bills. Oh, sorry, Nico, Nika, ni. Good night. Nico, ni. Section 1 enforces that the educational institutions of Swordlands will teach all classes, except for foreign languages, in the official language of the country. No, we're going to teach French in Swordish. You know, we were talking about beer before. There used to be these Dos Equis commercials. I don't know how much they were shown around the world or in the rest of the United States, because Dos Equis is a Mexican beer, and it's a Mexican style beer, but there used to be so many commercials of it in El Paso, and the main character was this guy called the world's most interesting man, and it's like he climbed Mount Everest just to see the horizon or whatever. But there was this terrific, so it was just always, the commercials would just talk about how he was such an interesting man, and he would always end it with, I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. Which, of course, got parodied a bunch. You know, people were like, I don't always get drunk and beat my wife, but when I do, you better believe I had Dos Equis. So there was this one where I just started laughing so hard, it was just busting my gut, where the commercial goes, it's like, he's the world's most interesting man. He can speak French in Spanish. And it just... Oh man, just that slayed me. So yeah, that's what Casaro's seeing. We will teach the French classes in Swordish. The Bloodish classes will also be taught in Swordish. He's an opposition. Tenbray says he is an opposition politician. He wouldn't be doing his job if he wasn't introducing stupid bills we hate. All right. Anyway, so universities, technical colleges, and other schools that provide classes in any language other than Swordish will receive a suspension of operations until they apply for the approval process. Section 2 enforces the law through defunding penalties or total shutdown of schools. Geez, talking about Scopes versus Monkey. So we're going to veto that. Let's see here. Assembly vote on the constitutional... Oh, here we go. So this is what we'll end it on, guys, I think. Sergei was driving me towards the Grand National Assembly for today's historic vote. It was a big day. Hold on. The Assembly vote! This is on the Constitution! Get hype and pray! No, I'm pretty sure we got this. Put the in-game music. Yeah, let's change the music. Well, we've been listening to the in-game music. What's going to be... There's something, like, specifically for voting, isn't there? I'm going to play the Reform track. Here we go. Nice of Casaro to make these bills before you weaken your veto. Yeah. How do these bills keep making it through the assembly to your desk? Who knows? Who makes the world? I'm the executive. I don't have time to follow everything the legislative branch is doing. There's a dramatic track just for this? Well, shit. I don't know which it is, man. Diplomacy? Here we go. It was a big day. I wondered whether my attempt at changing the Constitution would end any differently than Alfonso's. So let's review. Let's review real quick, guys. So this is for those of you who haven't caught everything, this is what happened. We talked to Gloria. She made us get rid of the threshold change. But she said she would deliver me the... oh, yeah, I guess we could have it just show me the game, show the game sounds. Then we met with the reformist guy within our party. Not the reformist party, the reformist wing of our party. Let me show you who I'm talking about. Okay, organizations, USP, or no. Let's go to characters, party leaders. Ah, damn it. Party leaders, no. Here we go, state figures maybe? Not that guy. Which one was it? No. Ex-presidents, others, assembly. Was it Cercas? No. It was, no, this is the guy who died. Clavin, yeah. So we met with this guy, and he was going to, you know, he was all in favor of reforms, but he said, oh yeah, I'm only going to help you if you make me vice president. Can y'all hear the game music? I've got it turned on. Yeah. So anyway, so he said, make me vice president and I'll get your help. And then I told him to go fuck himself. And then he went, oh, well. And then we did a speech to the party and we seemed to get both people on our side. Then we later on talked with Friends Richter and he whined and complained. You know, he's a liberal. They do that. And so let's see. It's kind of low. Y'all can't hear it. Okay. So, but he's gonna work with us. And then, who else did we talk to? I'm not expecting any of Casaro's people to vote for this. Although, earlier when we were giving a speech, some of the NFP actually clapped to some of the stuff I was saying. So maybe we're going to be able to get some of their votes. Let's also review what this legislative body looks like, for those of you who don't remember. We have 130 members of the our party control it, but now I think we need to hit 160. Now we've got, or I think technically 161. And then now the PFJP constitutes 70 members of the assembly. I'm basically considering them all to vote for us. The independents probably will vote with us as well, even though I technically didn't meet with any of them. But it's only going to help them. So that's 80 votes right there. So if we just get most of our party to help us, and it's gonna kind of be weird. Like, I could totally imagine a situation where, like, the conservatives on this side, they end up voting with us, and the reformists vote with us, but the reformist wing of our own party is not gonna vote with us because of fucking that jackass Clavin, or whatever his name is. I let my wife speak out at Benfy. Yeah, I don't know. They no, I thought they did I don't know. But I've got a good feeling about this. I think the real problem's going to be the Supreme Court later. I looked out the window at the noise of the city as the noise of the city diminished and saw that we were already inside the Palace complex. The complex housed the buildings of all government branches in the center of Whole Sword. It was one of the biggest developments in Swordland. The Maroon Palace stood on a small hilltop surrounded by trees. We passed by the palace and into the forest that separated it from the Grand National Assembly. We drove on the small road that wound through the forest. It was a warm day, so I rolled down the window. I could hear birds singing from the trees. Are you okay back there, sir? So by the way, I actually gave a copy of this game to a friend of mine for his birthday recently, and he's been slamming through it. So he already had his assembly vote, and he said that he ended up passing his by an overwhelming majority. He didn't tell me how though, but like I think he said only 12 people in the assembly didn't vote for his reforms. But he said his got killed in the court, so he was extremely frustrated. But anyway, Sergey time. Are you okay back there, sir? Hey Sergey, I'm okay. How are you doing? I'm as good as I can to be, sir. Was he a communist? I don't know. I didn't ask him what he did. I figured it would be spoilers, but I don't think so. If he had gone communist, how would everybody in the assembly except for 12 votes go with him? Are we gonna get the Every Vote Matters achievement? Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, let's also go back to the political overview. You could get an achievement called Every Vote Matters if you lose by exactly 1 vote. All right, but we just need the majority needed. Right. Good as I can to be so. Sergey made a left turn out of the forest and entered the vast garden area of the assembly. Did you know that Mr. Torkin's soul came to Whole Sword this morning? What? He's back. He's been off in his retirement for so long. I heard some politicians talking about it today. Apparently, this is the first time he's come to the city in the last 5 years. I thought he left the mainland and lived on Duru Island, never to return back to politics. But they were saying he might be here to exercise his Member of Honor rights for the first time. Doesn't that mean he gets a vote in the assembly? Let me check that. Ah! Indefinite right to partake in the Grand National Assembly. I think that means he gets a vote. I thought he left the mainland and lived on Duru Island. Yeah, anyway. Huh. Could I meet with him? Oh, I sort of want to meet with him. It's only 1 vote, but obviously it will swing people. Who was talking about this? Yeah, Sergey, where did you hear this shit? I overheard several men talking about it around the gardens of the assembly, sir. I am not sure who they were. It could just be rumors, of course. Do you think he's here about today's vote? He's probably here to make a scene. Well, I'm sure he will support you, sir. Just shut up, Sergey. You don't understand. You don't understand, Sergey. You don't understand. Yeah, why would he support me, Sergey? Seriously, I'm changing his constitution. Yeah, why would you pick option 3? If you're being option 3, I guess you're just role-playing as an asshole and you need a hug. Except who the heck would hug you, you person who picks 3? Oh yeah, there's Bronia right here. The city of Bronia, where the bros come from. We'll learn soon enough. Sedgate drove inside the gates of the parkway and parked the car. We have arrived, sir. We'll talk later. See you, Sergey. Before you go, I want you to take this. My father had this pocket watch, and he said it protected him from the evil of this world. I want you to have it. He opened his hand and showed me a very old-looking pocket watch. It looked like it was made during the Century of Revolutions. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to say I can't take this, it must be valuable to you, but I'm sure he knows what it is. Wow. Damn, Sergey. Damn. I took the good luck charm. I looked at the back of the watch. It was made in 1920. I put it in my front pocket and gave my thanks to Sergey. I opened the car door. Good luck with the vote. It's it. Sandgens, calm down with the spoilers. Are you serious? What, is a bullet gonna hit it? Yeah. Anyway, I walked up the white stone stairs of the Grand National Assembly. The entrance, especially during this important thing. I'm sorry, Sandgens. I know you're a regular, but just please, could you calm down a little bit? I walked up the white stone stairs of the Grand National Assembly. The entrance looked like a temple gate from the classical area. The door opened to reveal vast corridors of wood and white stone. I joined the crowd of people who were walking slowly towards the parliamentary hall. Suddenly, I noticed Lucien emerge from the crowd of packed politicians in front of me. He looked relieved when he saw me. Ah, sir, there you are. Have you seen Vice President Vector? He's nowhere to be found. Oh, no. I've just arrived, Lucien. I hope Mr. Vector arrives soon, too. At any rate, how about yourself? Are you ready to finally face the assembly, sir? Oh, so I guess we're gonna do one more speech? Lucien, I've just heard something worrying from Sergey. We'll address that later. Come on, we must go inside. We followed the crowd into the parliamentary hall. After we were inside, Lucien and I separated to take our assigned seats. I went up to the mezzanine overlooking the hall and sat down. I waited as the MPs took their places inside the hall one by one. After a while, I saw Gloria walk to her elevated seat at the center of the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We will shortly begin with today's agenda of the USP's proposed changes to the Constitution of Swordland. After a short while, everybody was in their seats. According to the current Constitution, constitutional amendments require a 2/3 majority in order to reach Assembly approval. If the vote succeeds, the proposal will be sent to the Supreme Court. Hold on, I'm going to look something up here. A little bit of humor before we do something. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So yeah, Sergey just comes up and goes, hello. Hello, little man. Boy, I sure heard a bunch about you. See, I was a good friend of Dad's. We were in a Hanoi pit of hell for over 5 years. Hopefully, you'll never have to experience this yourself, Mr. President. But when two men are in a situation like me and your dad were, for as long as we were, you take on certain responsibilities of the other. If it had been me who had not made it, my father would be talking right now to the another president. I'm trying to like make it modify it, but whatever. But the way it turned out, I'm talking to you, Anton.
I got something for you. This watch I got here was first purchased by great-grandfather during Century of Revolutions. It was bought in little general store in Vlogsland, made by the first company to ever make wristwatches. Up until then, people just carried pocket watches. It was bought by Private Doughboy Sergei Barcelovich the day he set sail for Highland Island. This was great-grandfather war watch. He wore it every day he was in war. Then, when he had done his duty, he went home to great-grandmother, took the watch off, put it in old coffee can, and in that can it stayed until grandfather Sergei Barlozelevich II was called upon by his country to go overseas and fight Romberg. This time, call it Century of Revolution 2. Your great-grandfather gave this watch to my grandfather for good luck. Unfortunately, grandfather's luck was not as good as his old man's. My grandfather was a marine. He was killed along with all the other marines at the Battle of Highland Island. Grandfather was facing death and he knew none of these boys had any illusions about ever leaving that island alive. So 3 days before the Japanese took the island, grandfather asked gunner on Air Force transport named Windcock, man he had never before in his life seen, to deliver to infant son, who he had never seen in the flesh, his gold watch. 3 days later, grandfather was dead, but Windcock kept word. After the war was over, he paid visits to grandmother, delivering to my infant father his father's gold watch. This watch was on father's wrist when he was shot down over Romberg. He was captured and put in Rombergian prison camp. He knew if they ever saw watch, it would be confiscated. Take it away. The way my father looked at it, this watch was my birthright. He'd be damned if Rombergians were going to put their greasy hands on my birthright. So he hid it in one place he knew he could hide something. His ass. 5 long years he wore this watch up ass. Then he died of dysentery. He gave me watch. I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 2 years. Then, after 7 years, I was sent home to my family. And now, Mr. President, I give the watch to you. It's beautiful, man. Okay. Let's vote on this now. After that beautiful thing from Circuit. All right. So, the proposal in the proposal in question includes these points. She started reading the proposal to the assembly. First section of the changes, Article 57 is modified with the following. Section 2, paragraph 36. May not exercise. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. People were falling asleep. Yeah. Okay, it's time to vote. We need 2/3 majority. Cast the votes! Here we go. I felt the need to stand up and stretch. I looked down at the hall from the platform I was sitting on. Some assembly members immediately walked to the ballot box to cast their votes. Most of them, however, began to congregate in groups around the hall, discussing the changes. Go down to the hall where all the MPs are, sit back down and keep watching. We can go, "For democracy!" or "I'm expecting your votes." Yeah, well, though, you guys are all getting sleepy, huh? Well, it was a Quentin Tarantino monologue. And I have problems with him, as I've mentioned before. But that's a great story. I think we might just keep watching, or...
I wish I didn't have to scream for democracy for it to go through. I guess it wouldn't hurt to go talk to the MPs. Let's yeah, I think Tarantino's really overrated, Cody. I think he's got serious flaws and he needs an editor. Needs an editor to curb his excess. I think I'm gonna go down the hall. As soon as I reached the bottom of the stairs, Kizaru Kibner approached me. Mr. President, how are you feeling about the vote? I hope you vote yes. You know I can't do that. We've already stated our decision. You cannot see me on your own desires! I have lost my respect for you, Mr. Rain. So many problems in Swordland that must be addressed, and yet you insist on stalling us with your democratic reforms. You just can't see me on your own desires! I know you will fail. You will lose the game, and so will your entire administration. I hope to be there when it happens, when you'll finally see beyond your own desires. Let's see here. Watch your words now. He laughed. He abruptly turned away from me and walked towards his seat. Then I saw Lucien waving at me. He was among a group of people in the corner of the hall. I walked up to him. On my way, I bumped into Manson Leaky. Ah, this is interesting. I don't think we've spoken to this guy. That's great. Let's see here. What voice do I want to give this guy? If CHG was communist, he would have become a supporter of democracy. CHG's neighbors surely have an interesting night. Yeah, pulls out a gun. You cannot see me on your own side. Does anybody know what I'm referencing? It's from the Hobbit movies. Oh, what is this? Oh, thank you very much, MR Marmello, who, is this your first time in one of the chats? Or maybe your profile picture is different. Love into voice acting, my man. Go Russia. And then you've got a mask emoji. Yeah, this guy's an independent. But I'm trying to think what voice I want to give him. He's bloodish. We're going to have to come up with some sort of bloodish accent or something. I don't know. And the Hobbits. Let's see here. He graduated with history degrees, faced political problems. What do bloodish... Hold on. I need to look up what a Kurdish accent sounds like for reference. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay.
Languages and not just dialects of one language.
Let's see.
Persian language. There is
Okay. Language schools.
It's like I, man, see, as equals I.
Okay, here we go. Example sentences in Kurmanji. Hold on.
Nouns, not the plural nouns. Okay, let's look at some example sentences in Kurmanji.
Hold on.
Here we'll see that Kurmanji is generally SOV.
Sovi.
This means I see the men.
Ez mrovan dibinem.
Is Mrovan debinem. Is Morona debidit. So it's kind of like front of the mouth.
Translate this sentence directly, it's like I, man, see. As equals I. Mirov equals. This sentence is bila. Again, we can see that this is SO words. If we try to translate this sentence directly, it's like the middle position.
Kurdin. Okay, so it sounds like it speaks in the front of the mouth and through the teeth a little. So, Mr. President, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I wish you good luck with the votes. I respect your fight to abolish the member of honor position. At last, a chance to hold Tarquin Sol accountable for what he did to the Bloodish people. You have my support. I'd like to also see you support Bloodish rights in the future. I hope you stand by us. I'm turning him slightly Irish. Gilbert Godfrey. You have my support! I'd like to see you support Bloodish rights in the future! I hope you stand by us! And there go all the viewers. But thank you very much, Marmello, for the super chat. Right into the cognac glass. Tink, tink. Thank you very much. We're not going to do the Gilbert Godfrey thing. It will kill my throat, I'm sure. I will fight for Bloodish rights, Mr. Leakey. Don't doubt that. I hope you stand by your words, Mr. President. Anyway, I've got to go cast my vote. He shook my hand and walked away. I finally reached Lucien, now deep in conversation with another member of our party. He excused himself and turned towards me. Sir, did you vote yet? We have to be quick. Oh, I get a vote? That sounds like it would be a racist caricature of Bloods. Let's see. What's the rush? I'll explain on the way. I signed my vote and prepared the envelope. Together, Lucien and I walked to the center of the hall to cast our votes. He kept rushing me through the process. Gloria bowed her head slightly in respect as she saw us vote. Lucien pulled on my arm and whispered in my ear. Oh, Mr. President, we may have a problem. Tarquin Sol is here. God damn it, Lucien! Sergei told me that 20 minutes ago! Maybe Sergei should be my chief of fucking staff! No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine if I just blew up him like that? I know. You have to accelerate the voting process. We need everybody to vote as soon as possible. We don't know what he's capable of right now, but if assembly members see him, he might influence them against the proposal. Should I talk to him? I would advise against that right now. The assembly must focus on the vote. Any confrontation between the two of you would draw their attention away. Go and ask Gloria to speed up the voting. She banged the gavel several times. The sound echoed across the room. Ladies and gentlemen of the assembly, we will soon begin counting. Please cast your votes if you haven't already. The pace of the hall definitely increased. The pace in the hall, the groups dispersed and MPs began lining up at the ballot box. Suddenly, Lucien pulled me aside. Sir, what do we do? He pointed at the back of the assembly near one of the exits. I followed his finger to see Tarquin Sol sitting there. He looked much older than he had 5 years ago, but I could tell he had the same fire in him. Some MPs had already gathered around him and were chattering in awe. Oh, hold on a sec, that reminds me. Can we do the... Yeah, never mind. Hold on. Bloodish politician has Kurdish accent. The assembly gradually went quiet as people started to notice Sol's presence in the hall. Should we do something? We should refrain from giving him the spotlight he expects. Maybe you can address him after the vote. As I was talking to Lucien, I spotted Kizaro Kibner walking to the back of the hall towards Tarquin Sol. He bowed in front of Sol and gave him a military salute. Seeing this, more people started to approach him. Suddenly, Gloria came up behind us. Gentlemen, why don't you go back to your seats? Let's follow the procedure. Oh, by the way,
we have 251 members today. As you can see, the member of honor is here. He has already cast his vote. Has he now? So, Mrs. Tory, how many votes are missing? Only a few. Albin, Clavin, and 3 other men approached us with envelopes in their hands. And these must be them. What did I give Calvin's voice? I don't even remember. He's a little bitch. So, yeah, fuck his voice. Good day. The OST tension is growing. Good day to you, gentlemen, Madam Speaker. Just cast your vote and let the counting begin. I'm surprised to see you here, considering the way you ignored your own party. Don't worry, Mr. President, we are here. Relax. He smiled. He gestured at the men behind him. Let's get this over with, gentlemen. Now, why don't you two get back to your seats as well? Very well, we shall. We both went back to our seats. When I turned back to the mezzanine, I saw Peter sitting in the chair next to mine. Hey, where were you? I was right here. Where were you? Oh my god, Peter is gonna have forgotten to vote. Holy shit. I'm getting so nervous here. No, you were not. I was here until the voting began. I mean, maybe I was not in this exact seat, but sure, but I was here in the assembly. He looked at Gloria as she and her assistants counted the votes. The speaker's seat was only a few meters away from our platform. I really hope this platform goes through. Soul is here. What? I hope he doesn't sabotage the vote. Fuck! He tried to get Gloria's attention by waving at her. How many votes left? Gloria looked at Peter. She looked annoyed. 136 ayes, 40 more votes to count. Oh shit. Wait a minute. The tension! Let's see. 250, 40 votes to count, so 210 votes have been counted. Hold on a sec. I need to do some math here. So if there has been, we need 166 votes. If we have 136 out of 200, and yeah, there's the one vote. But let's ignore the one vote for a second. There's been 110 votes so far. That's 64% or so, right? It's like about 65% of the vote. Okay, we're on pace. We're on pace. Yeah, wait, no. We need 166 votes. What? 3/4? We need to get 3/4 of the vote, says who? What? Oh, no, no. In this critical damn OST. Peter turned to me. We need 30 of the last 40. Damn. Oh, shit. Just shut up, Peter. Oh, my God. We're going to get this. Confidence. Have confidence. Come on. Come on. Peter looked uneasy. Peter pointed at where Franz Richter was sitting. Look at Franz over there. I'm sure he was behind this mess. You shouldn't have trusted him. It's not over yet, Peter. Don't jump to conclusions. Well, why would Richter not vote for it? Yeah, no confident. Nice reference, 10. I'm glad somebody got it, 10 Bray. Water into fire. What? Fire into water. Okay, so a single bang from Gloria's gavel reverberated across the hall. Everyone fell silent. The voting has been concluded. I leaned forward to hear the results. Yeah, it's that bastard Calavin. If we lose, it's because of him. The proposal has 166 ayes, 85 nays. Is that... Wait. But Tal voted, or Cirque Toll. Do we lose by one vote? Are we gonna get the achievement? No, we just barely did it. Thereby, the Grand National Assembly has reached a 2/3 majority and accepted the changes to the Constitution. Yes! The proposal will be presented to the Supreme Court shortly for the final voting procedure. Woo! Let's go! We should get an achievement for that. I think we just got it by a single vote. We got it by exactly the votes we needed. Oh! Oh, I think I accidentally closed the live stream. Woo! Guys, this calls for a follow-up drink. But I need a, wait. I closed the live stream by accident. Let me fix this. I need to open the one that I've got going now. Yeah, let's pop a drink, y'all. Every vote matters. Remember that next time you choose not to engage in voting in the chat. Fun fact, if Gloria hates you, she'll say 167 votes were necessary. Was it Soul's vote? What if, yeah, it turns out Soul does want things to change. He just didn't think it could happen in his own time. Woo! Oh yeah! I'm gonna go get a little hard stuff. I'll be right back. Alright, got me some of my Christmas scotch. Yes, meaning I got it for Christmas. Oh man, there has to be a secret achievement. No kidding. Cheers, everybody. ASMR port. I love democracy. I love the Republic. Woo! Remember what happened when we went into to the freaking new chapter 3. I said this will be our year, and it indeed has proven to be. So let's once again hit it in a copyright free way. Cheers, everybody. Though first, cheers. Here's to Swordland and good health. Delicious. Yeah, Ian's got the right idea. Emoji spam! Hit it! The warmth of your love's like the warmth from the sun, and this will be our year. It took a long time to come. Don't let go of my hand now, darkness is gone. This will be our year, it took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. And now we're there, and we've only just begun. This will be our year, it took a long time to come. Ha ha! I know the Supreme Court will worry about that tomorrow. Warmth of your smile, smile for me, chat. This will be our year, took a long time to come. You don't have to worry, all your worry days are gone. And this will be our year, took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you, you gave me faith to go on. Now we're there, and we've only just begun. This will be our year, took a long time to come. Clink your sodas, clink your blueberry juice, it's all great. Took a long time to come. Oh yeah! And thank you very much for the super chat. Clinks all around. So the proposal will be presented to the Supreme Court shortly for the final voting procedure. The assembly roared with all kinds of different reactions. Yes! Oh, and another super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, everybody, because I always take very tiny sips of my scotch. Cheers. Here's to everybody in the chat. Good health to you. There's that alert.
ASMR swishing tasting.
Yes, we did it! Haha. Oh, why not? Hell yeah, we did! The MPs keep shouting in the hall. Among them, I heard Franz Richter's voice.
I want to congratulate the members of the Assembly and the President for finally passing changes to our dusty Constitution.
I also want to thank another super chat. Thank you, thank you. Hawker's on the ropes now. Oh yeah, we got that old bastard right where we want him. Well, we will soon. Hopefully the anti-corruption police can make this easy for us and find something on him.
I also want to thank the members of the United Soldan Party for working with our party. I hereby invite the Supreme Court to do the right thing by not ignoring the decision of a Grand National Assembly that was elected by the Swedish people.
Loud applause came from the PFJP seats. Suddenly, I noticed Tarquin's soul slowly rising from his seat at the back. He seemed to be struggling and used his cane for help. He stood and gazed around the hall as all of the members of the Grand National Assembly went quiet. Oh, I want you guys to vote on this. This could get interesting in a hurry. Do I want to watch him or call out to him? Oh, boy. Let's see here. More super chat. Lol. Hawker rules. Is that a vape pen? Oh, no, it's a popping champagne bottle. Yeah, here comes the belt. Oh my god. Alright, so here, I'm gonna turn off the game's internal music volume thing so I can get the OST back on and the other things, so that way it's not cutting out like this. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's a little loud. Okay. Call out to him is cheering him. Ah. Somebody says, nah, it isn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen either way. That's why y'all can vote for it. His time is up. My time is now, you might say. Hey, wait on a second. I'm not able to see the results. Uh-oh. Okay, okay, I'm not able to see the results, guys. We can't save Cody, we can't. But yeah, for some reason, it's not letting me look at the results. You know what, let's just watch him. Let's see what he's gonna do. Let's save confronting him for when we're going commie or nationalist or something. He walked out the exit as... Oh, shoot! Now the vote came in. Now I could see it. It just, like, blurted out all at once, like 16 votes. But it says... it looks like the majority said watch him anyway, so it worked out. Yeah, it's just like, there was just blank on my screen, and then all of a sudden the pie wheel filled up, and then the 2 bars filled as well. Anyway, he walked out the exit as 2 of his guards held the door for him. Thank God he didn't do anything. In any case, the proposal has passed the Assembly, but now we have to think about the Supreme Court. I'll talk to the key figures of the court. We'll be fine. I have complete trust in you. Achievement unlocked! Grand National Assembly! Victory! Screech! Yeah, my neighbors are... I'm sure my neighbors don't even notice. I have these one neighbors that just party all the friggin' time, and it's kind of amazing how they manage to go so hard every single night. So I'm sure they don't even notice me. We both left the hall to discuss our next steps. So... Man, fuck Calvin, by the way. We gotta do something about his ass. We waited for Sergey by the entrance. Well, I think that's as good as it gets. We're probably gonna wrap it up there for a bit. Let's check the journal entry. Reform package passed by the Assembly with 66 ayes and 85 nays. Nice. That is freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. Soul's probably headed to the justices with plans to screw me over. Maybe. I don't know. Soul is an enigma to me. I kind of want to talk to him at some point. He's interesting. I would like to just hear him talk, you know. 166 plus 185 is 251, so Soul did vote. Yeah, Gloria said that. Yeah. One person didn't vote. The mystery was it Peter or was it Soul? But I think... What? Yeah, no, he did vote. Yeah. Anyway, so let's read the news. Constitutional changes passed by the Assembly. 166 lawmakers voted in favor of the amendments, barely reaching the 166 threshold by 1 vote. 1 member of the Assembly abstained from voting in the session, attended by 251 members of the 250-seat Parliament, including President Rain and Member of Honor Tarquin Soul. This was a close but historic victory, said the Tory about the result. So 1 person in our party didn't vote. Next week on Friday, the Supreme Court will also vote on the amendments, ultimately deciding if the changes will be implemented or not. Richter congratulates the president. Aligning with Richter and his party was key to gathering the amount of votes needed for Rain's proposal to pass, and this meeting shows that the USP and PAF-JP may remain in cahoots through the remainder of Rain's term. Yeah, there should be an achievement for getting it by 1 vote. Anyway, radical. New constitution passes the Assembly. Counting us surprised, in spite of heavy opposition and a special appearance from old man Tarquin Soul himself. President Rain actually, remember this is the radical, we managed to get his constitutional reforms past the Assembly. We've been advocating for change to Soul's dusty constitution for years, though it's doubtful that the changes Rain is advocating are the same as those we have in mind. Even if Rain decided to come down on the side of democracy and fairness, getting a proposal like this past Gloria Tory's gavel must have required a great deal of compromise, and getting approval for the Supreme Court will require even more. Yeah, I know you can get an achievement for losing by 1 vote, but who wants that one? Peter abstained because he was busy grilling and drinking beer. Well, it didn't say. It just sounds like it was just some nameless Tory, because they interviewed the person in the paper. So it must not have been Peter. It must not have been Sol. Obviously, it wasn't me because I voted. So just somebody, I guess, couldn't decide. It was Calvin. He was acting suspiciously nice. Yeah. It was so close. More privatization absolutely would have killed it. Yeah, I definitely agree, Terran Q. If I had completely sold off the mining company, this would have failed. But there was just so much. We really walked the razor's edge. But yeah, I bet Calvin probably did abstain because he does want reforms, but he's also a little bitch who's upset he doesn't get to be vice president. So he probably, yeah, you're right. I'd like to believe that he abstained. Maybe he abstained and he told somebody else to say it was them. The guy who abstained is a true centrist. He should be president. All right, what's here? Meeting on the results of the assembly vote. Yeah, so that'll be it. That's it for today. It's been over 2 hours anyway. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Super exciting episode. Thank you for the super chats as well. Those are the things that keep these live streams going. Now, I know that we didn't have a Burgundy or Southgard or Windsor Restoration Campaign videos up today, but my plan, my goal for tomorrow morning, if I don't get called into work, is to basically figure out a schedule for those three, yeah, just kind of go from there. But next up, don't worry, we're not out of the woods just yet. We celebrate tonight, but tomorrow we have to go to work. Remember, there's 5 old guard members on the Supreme Court. I have no doubt that every single one of them will refuse to help me on this. So, we're going to have the reformists on our side, but we're going to have to convince all 3 of the centrists, and I currently have no idea how we're going to do that. Luckily, we've got best girl, best minister, best waifu, best anti-corruption agent, Nia Morgna, helping us out. So, we're going to figure it out. Take care, everybody. You have yourselves a wonderful evening. I'm Conquering History Games, and I will see you next time. Best waifu if you're not married, by the way. I'm married, so that's why I will not be, the president's married to Monica, but, somebody else can get in the end. It's going to work out great for them.